Now, listen, honey, if there's anything that I'm always telling people, it is the fact that Nicki Minaj is not only talented, but that lady is literally so intelligent that I can binge watch all her interviews, okay? When it comes to holding a proper conversation, she knows how to keep a balance between being goofy, funny, and also being serious, and also being able to hold a proper adult conversation. And that's a skill that not many people have. Some people are actually shallow, like even in interviews, but like when you listen to her, you can tell that this is an actually very intelligent person who happens to be talented at the same time. Hello, tea lovers, and welcome to the tea plug. If you are returning, welcome back to the plug that keeps on oozing tea on a daily basis right into your cup. Now listen, if you're wondering where I'm going with this, Nicki Minaj recently had an interview with Jada Smith and on Interview Magazine, for Interview Magazine, and honestly speaking, I literally read the whole thing without skipping any parts because it was enjoyable to read. I'm not gonna lie, it's not every day that people get captured by these magazine interviews, but with her I literally went through each and every question. Each and every one of her responses were just so intelligent, they were enjoyable, they were relatable, and honestly speaking, I was impressed, okay, like always. Now I'm just gonna talk a bit about what they talked about in this whole situation. So first of all, if you didn't know, that Nicki Minaj has always idolized Jada Pinkett Smith as well as Halle Berry, and she made sure to mention it in this interview. So for Nicki Minaj, this was a big deal because this was literally her idol. In this interview, she talks about a story where, if you didn't know, well, Nicki Minaj did go to acting school. She spoke about that in that interview as well. And she said that when she was young, she told her friends that she was gonna go meet Will Smith and give him her number, so that Will Smith would then pass on the number to Jada. And she said in her mind, she believed that once Jada would see her, she would actually put her in one of her movies. And she said her friends laughed at her, but she had that dream of becoming this big superstar. She didn't know that she was gonna end up in rap, but she definitely knew that she was going to be big, and that's actually very sweet of her to mention. Nicki Minaj also had some advice for these upcoming artists, and she was just basically saying, giving the normal advice that people should stop trying to be like their idol. They should look for a unique sound. And she also made reference to the OG rappers. She referenced Jay-Z, she referenced Nas, and I know you're waiting for this part. She referenced Eve, she referenced Foxy Brown, she referenced Missy Elliot. Wait for it. Yes, she did also reference Lil Kim. I know you guys were waiting for this, and she spoke about Lil Kim. She wasn't shady about it. She made sure to mention her amongst all those rappers that were there, because she was actually complimenting them for having a unique sound. And she, in that interview, actually admitted to listening to all of these rappers growing up. And so for all of you who are like, oh, Nicki's just so shady, Nicki doesn't have a problem with Lil Kim, and I feel like at this point this lady just has to let it go, literally, okay? So yeah, she did make mention of that. And she also spoke about how sometimes people expect her to be all smiley out in the public, when probably at that time she also has her own private issues that she's dealing with. And she also spoke about how difficult it is to deal with internet trolls at times. And she also made reference to the whole Chadwick Boseman situation, and just as an example of how cruel people can be. And now I'm actually skeptical and hesitant each time Nicki gives examples, because you people always tend to take it seriously, okay? Remember what you did about that whole situation. She also spoke about her need to go on these internet hiatuses to just clear her mind, and she spoke about business as well, just advising these young people that are coming up that, you know what, you may be getting these endorsement deals like at the beginning of your career, but they're not always going to be coming. So it is wise to always make a wise investment. And she also spoke about parenthood. She spoke about motherhood and how difficult it was for her to, tap back into that goofy, sexy zone of hers and to balance it off. And overall, she did well in that interview. I think she really did great, and I think I'm gonna be reading it again. Yeah, because I really did genuinely enjoy this whole interview. So do hop into the comment section and let me know what you think about this whole situation. Do you think that, well, it was an interesting interview, or do you think that maybe it's just one of those? But personally, I enjoyed each and every one of those. And she also spoke about Skeng and how she came across Skeng and how she basically enjoyed his songs. And she was talking about how she also had challenges hopping onto one of these songs by these new rap girls, since they were overly sexualized, and that she had also difficulty in jumping on a song with Ghana. Thank you for watching. Until my next one, see you.